have the amazing Titan Fox, lead singer and guitarist for the almighty Hammer King, one of the best power metals in the world, especially when it comes from Germany. Titan, how are you today, first of all?
Thank you very much for your kind words. I'm fine. It's a beautiful day. Lots of work, lots of music as always, and it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you for your time and say hi afterwards for the guys. Uh, call me to, to them.
I will do so. I will do so.
Titan, for the people who are watching the interview and the people don't know much about you, can you tell us a little bit of Hammer King's story, please?
Absolutely. We are Hammer King. We are from the kingdom of the Hammer King. So we play melodic heavy metal. We play songs that sing about the king, that bring the glory of the king to the people. We are just about to release our seventh album, Make Metal Royal Again. And we are very much looking forward to playing many shows now. We will be on tour in January and February. So it will be 32 shows in 36 days with Burning Witches. The future looks bright, actually.
Mhm. Glad to hear that. And Titan, what defines Hammer King's sound best in your perspective?
I think it's melodies, it's power, and of course, it's big anthemic choruses for people to sing along, and of course, the fact that we sing about the king very much.
What is the biggest challenge in being both the frontman and a creative leader of the band?
So the biggest challenge is that the day only has got 24 hours. So we are slightly limited here, and I mean, is it a challenge? I wouldn't think so. It is very much. It feels very natural to me. I mean, I like writing songs, and I like being the front man. So the more I can do here, the better it feels actually. Of course, it gets much work after a time. So, um, but nevertheless, I couldn't think of anything greater than this.
So, the new album, like you've said, is Make Metal Royal Again, is bold and powerful. So, what's the main message behind the album and the title that you chose for it?
Um, I mean, everybody knows there is a slogan that is similar to make metal royal again, and we just thought, well, as Hammer King, as the king for us is the most important thing. We want to make sure that we can bring the king to the people when we are playing shows, that we can bring the king to the people when we're on festivals and when we are making music. So the more
Mhm,
we bring the king into heavy metal, the more royal heavy metal will be. And I think it's just time to do this right now.
mhm. Um, what can fans expect from this album compared to your previous releases?
Hmm. Oh, that is always tricky to say actually. I mean,
Mhm.
the new album, you are still very close to it, and it's hard to really judge it. But from what I believe is that we have found a way to make songs more focused than before because we played many shows in 2024. So we could feel what works best with audiences. We could feel how to connect to people, and therefore I think we have focused all that on the new album, and therefore I think the songs, I dare to say, the songs are on a slightly higher level than before. So it is more powerful and it is more anthemic at the same time.
Mhm. The album will be released worldwide on August 15th this year.
Yeah.
Will there be any live show to introduce the album, any party behind it?
Mm. Yeah. We will actually have two shows, two party shows for the album. The first one is on the 15th exactly in what is a bit of our hometown in our home base in Mannheim, Germany, where we will have a huge meet and greet session with the people, and we will play a quite long show. So it will be, I think, 2 hours or more than 2 hours of music. At least six or seven of the new songs will be there. And the next day we will play the fantastic Summer Breeze Festival, which will have
Oh,
like 25,000 people, and we will squeeze everything into a short 30-minute slot. So it will be two very different shows, but it should be a fantastic way to really kick off the new album and bring it to everybody.
yes, introducing an album like this one at a fantastic festival like Summer Breeze will be the perfect
Yeah,
kick to introduce it.
yeah, absolutely. We are so much looking forward to it.
Was there a particular theme or concept guiding the creation of it?
Actually, there is. Usually, we always have small stories about what the king is doing. Sometimes the king is going to sea, and sometimes the king has a battle within the kingdom. And this time we did it in a different way. We have played many shows before the album, we will play many shows after the album. So we are going into the world, presenting the music, and therefore the story behind this chapter of Hammer King is that the king is making metal royal, and therefore the king is going to other people, to other countries, to make them part of the kingdom. So this happens within the story, and it happens in real life because we actually go to different countries and meet the people.
Mhm. Was the songwriting process hard or easy or an easy task to do it?
No, this time it actually was kind of hard. So we did the tours, and so there was less time than usually because we were on the road. And as we wanted to have the songs especially focused, we worked very much in the detail of all the songs, and that really that took some time. It was days and days and days when you were working on everything over and over again to make it better. And the interesting thing is, once you change a part at the beginning, you will have to change something at the end because the end doesn't work anymore. And so it was back and forth for every song. That was hard. I mean, it wasn't complicated. It was just much work, and it took lots of time. So it was worth it, and we will definitely do it like this all the time again. But the songs just don't fall from the sky. You have to really craft them out, actually.
Which track on the album do you feel best captures the spirit of Hammer King in this current year, Titan?
Oh, mm, ha, oh yeah. I mean, I think it could either be King for a Day, which is the first song, or it could be The Last Kingdom, which is the final song of the album. I think these two songs capture what Hammer King is essentially about. And on the other hand, I would probably say Kneel Before the Throne because it has a very uplifting and very melodic chorus. If I really have
So,
to pick one, I will just say King for a Day.
can we say that one of those songs are your favorites in the record?
Um, I like them all, but my favorite song at the moment truly is Make Metal Royal Again. But I don't think that is essentially is what the band is about. It's a bit of a different side that we have. I think it's a little bit more popish than the other songs, but at the moment that's my favorite track.
So can so let's say that we have a summer anthem to hear and to appreciate.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that would be fitting.
It fits and suits very well, Titan. Thanks for for writing the anthem.
No, absolutely with pleasure. It was
Mhm.
my pleasure, and I really like. I'm happy when people like it.
What were your biggest musician and musical influences to write this record?
Well, I mean, for writing this for writing this record, which is the seventh one we have done, I don't think that there is influences at all. I mean, we have our direction that we compose and that we write, and we've been doing this for 10 years now. So I think it's very much you're inspiring yourself by the way that you take. I mean, everybody knows that in heavy metal you have had always influences like Judas Priest or Iron Maiden at the beginning. But if you compare what we do now with these bands, I think it's quite far removed. So maybe we were very happy to have a very good chemistry in the band. So I probably say the chemistry within the band was the inspiration writing the album or the influence doing it.
Are there any new elements or experiments on this album that fans might be surprised by?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, Make Metal Royal again with the synthesizers was one of the experiments that we had. And on the other hand, if you think of the German song Schlaf Kaiser Schlaf, I don't think that we have ever done something like this before. So this is, I think this is a little bit outside of the box that we usually work in, and many people like it very much. Some people say it's not their thing, but that's always when you do a polarizing song. It is different from the others, but for me it was very enjoyable to work on it and to do something like this, which we had never done before. But so we were a little bit more risky this time than compared to other albums.
Did you approach the vocals differently on this album compared to the previous ones?
Not really. I mean, it wasn't a conscious decision. I must say that so far I'm happy that whenever we do an album, things go easier than before. Usually, when you've been around for a couple of years, singers have the problem that it's getting trickier. For me, it's getting easier. So whenever we do an album, there is at least one or two notes where I say, yes, I finally do that. It was harder last year. This time it works. So I think it was based on that, it was a bit of a more relaxed approach, which made it easier to give it more power than before because it just worked well. And so for me, the biggest aim when we record an album, when I sing an album, is don't think about it and just do it. And that
Mhm.
really worked very well for that album. That is what I was happy about actually.
Was the production process also hard, and who did you work with in the studio?
We've recorded the album at Charles Greywolf studio, the guy from Powerwolf, and the only thing that was a bit harder this time was that we had a relatively short period in the studio because Charles was on tour with Powerwolf, and then there was the deadline for the album, and so it moved together. And in the end, I think we had like 4 weeks, something like this, 4.5 weeks,
Mhm.
not that much actually. And I always try not to think about it. I made a small plan in advance, the days for the drums, the days for the bass, and so on. Then you just go in and give all you got. And actually, we were a little bit faster than we thought, so we did well. And it was, I would say, it was a relaxed production. It was interesting because we have a new drummer, so there was something new to the element that brought a bit of excitement because you didn't really know what will happen, and he was super fantastic in the studio. So I must say it was a very enjoyable production. And sound mixing wise, mix and mastering was done by Jakob Hansen, who was reliable as ever, and therefore I think it was a very pleasant production.
What was the experience like working with Reaper Entertainment for this release?
That is something super fantastic. When we went and signed a contract with Reaper, we knew that I think they have a perfect combination in their work. They are fans, so they treat bands like they are fans, and at the same time, they used to be with Nuclear Blast, so they know everything about the business as well. And you totally get the best of both worlds here. And for me, it's absolutely fantastic working with the guys from Reaper, because whenever you send them a question, sometimes they send you an answer Sunday in the evening. I mean, nobody works on Sundays in Germany, but they work all the time and we work all the time. So I think this is a real strong team that we have with Reaper in the boat, and working with them is absolutely great.
Mm-hmm. Titan, how do you personally prepare before entering the studio or stepping on stage?
Usually, I always dream of preparing before I go to the studio, and then there's so much other work to do. Sometimes the songs are not finished, and you worked on the songs till the very last moment. This time, I think I sang the songs once or twice before I went into the studio. Last time with König and Kaiser, I think I did it. I didn't even do that. So I was a little bit more prepared this time. Um, but being the writer and also one of the guitarists, it actually never works that I can prepare very much for the studio. I have to know everything. I have to know the way the drum parts are. I have to know the bass parts, the guitar parts, to make sure that we do not forget anything, working quite fast. So I prepare like having a list where I can X out everything that is done, and taking care that really everything goes the way we want it. That's probably the preparation. It's not much of a preparation as a musician. It's more like a preparation of a manager, or producer, so to speak. When it comes to being on stage, that's different. I try to rehearse a lot. I try to sing every day. And before we go on stage, there is a sort of a warm up routine that I do, certain things that I sing in order to open the voice. And otherwise, what is also very important is before a show as a vocalist, don't talk much.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a favorite song to perform live, and why is that song?
Hmm. I think one of my favorite songs always is Kingdom of the Hammer King, which is from the very first album, because it is usually that's the celebration at the end of the show, and people sing along very much with that one. And we have big balloons and we have some flags for everybody, so it looks fantastic when everybody is doing something. The audience really looks like a celebration, so that makes that one really special for all the concerts.
Speaking of fans, what's your relationship with your fans like, especially after live shows or on tour?
We try to be in contact with the fans a lot, so we always come out to the merchandise stand and meet the people. We love taking photos with everybody. We love signing things, and so I think for me, heavy metal is a music that brings people together. We all sing together. The songs are have so many parts where people can sing, and the same goes for the fans. So you want to meet the people, you want to talk with them, and I think that's super important.
What are your main musical influences, both within and outside of power metal?
I think there is two steps for me in my life. The first part has been very much only heavy metal focused. So I was listening to heavy metal nonstop for many years. And then at a certain point in my life, I also started listening to lots of things from outside of heavy metal. That can be rock music, which is not very hard. It can be pop music from the 80s. There was a time when I was listening to the Beach Boys very much, because vocally, I think it's a fantastic band what they used to do. And sometimes I'm interested even in sort of blues rock or jazz rock. I think when you find influences from outside of heavy metal, being a heavy metal musician yourself, that keeps a fresh brings a fresh approach to when you finally create another metal album, because you have some flavors from outside, and that is what I really like. But it doesn't change a thing. I will always be a metal musician. I will always write metal. But it's very nice to have some colors from outside.
Do you consider visit Portugal on any tour soon?
That would be absolutely fantastic. I mean, the tours are getting wider every time. When we first toured, it was only Germany. Then we had a bit of the Netherlands and a little bit of Belgium. The next tour that we will have will bring us to Spain, at least. So we are quite close already. But I expect for the tour that will follow in maybe 2027 or so, that we
Mhm.
can either go to Scandinavia in the north, and then at the same time go a little bit more south as well. So let's have Portugal, and maybe let's have Greece and Turkey. So I mean, it all depends on how long a tour goes. But if it is up to me, we will come to all the countries. I want to play for everybody.
What can you tell us about the music videos for this album?
We have two videos with a bit of a story, and of course, King for a Day is purely a performance video, so this has not got a story. But from what I can say is, I think we have this is the fifth or sixth time, I don't really remember, that we've been working with Christian Palm from Palm Media, and he has strongly developed into being a fantastic video creator for heavy metal bands. So as far as I can see it, if you look at Make Metal Royal again, look at King for a Day, the colors and the lights and the darkness are beautifully balanced, I think. And it looks so powerful. When he showed me the first cut for Make Metal Royal again, I was absolutely stunned, because for years I wanted something like this with strong colors and interesting changes from light to darkness. And he is super specialized in this, and really love his work. And at the same time, I think we have found to a way to incorporate some things, some story elements that we also have on stage, like throwing the gold coins that we have on stage. That's part of Make Metal Royal again. And now with Schlaf Kaiser Schlaf, which will be the next video, we have also incorporated some parts. The parts with the flags that we have on stage will also be in the video. So there's a little bit of story. Of course, you can always only tell a little bit of story, because usually a song is 4.5 minutes long, so it's not like a movie. But at least we can show a little bit of the kingdom.
In your own words, what does what does Make Metal Royal again truly means for you?
Oh, that is two answers. I mean, the one answer is I would like to see the original qualities and the values of heavy metal being brought back more into the focus. Things like everybody can express themselves the way they want, and still we are a community. You can talk to people that are from inside of heavy metal, no matter if they're 20 years old or if they're 60 years old. There is always a sort of a connection, because our music is very important. It's not like people who just turn on the radio. So it means something to us, it defines us. That is one thing. And the other thing is very simple. The more royal metal gets, the more Hammer King will be there, and that's always good.
Titan, thank you so much for your time. Would you like to leave some messages or thoughts for your fans, please?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the wonderful interview. It was a joy talking to you, and I want to promise you that we will do our very best, that we will come and play Portugal as soon as we can, because we've never been in Portugal and we really want to play for you.
Titan, Dankeschön for this interview.
Sehr gerne. Thank you. I would
Thank,
like to say something in Portuguese, but I can't. So Very nice.
Just
Thank you very
say
much.
obrigado. That's enough.
Obrigado. Absolutely.
That's
And
enough. I've studied German, but I need to
very
practice
nice.
more. I
Oh
need to
yeah.
practice.
We all need days that have 30 hours so we can practice more.
Yes, yes, 24 hours isn't enough
Yeah.
for a day.
It's just way too
We
short.
need
Yeah.
more. Tyler, thank you so much for your kindness and lovely words for me and for the fans. And it was a great pleasure to talk with you, listen to the album, and answering my questions.
Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. And let's hope that we will finally meet on the road in Portugal.
Yes, thank you so much, and let us know what happened on the summer breeze, the release
Absolutely.
day.
Absolutely. Looking
I would
forward to
like.
that. Thank
Me
you very
too.
much.
Danke schön and viel Spaß.
Danke sehr. Goodbye.
Danke, danke.